Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we would like to talk about food safety and quality system that we have chosen, which is Haccp. What is Haccp? If you are wondering what Haccp stands for, here it is. Haccp is Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point, and it is a science-based monitoring system for identifying and controlling chemical, physical, and biological hazards which are significant for food safety at different points in the food production process. Haccp is a process to reduce risk of foodborne illness through proper food handling, monitoring of procedure, and record keeping. In food service operation, Haccp focus on controlling 5 risk factors, which is food from unsafe sources, poor personal hygiene, inadequate cooking, improper holding temperature, and contaminated equipment. A food service operation or food factory need to make an individualized Haccp plan. Haccp focus on prevention of foodborne illness at every step as food and raw materials flow through the process from purchasing through serving and final product. Haccp helps in identify food and procedure that most likely to cause foodborne illness, develop procedure to reduce risk of foodborne illness, monitor the use of procedure to keep food or product safe, and verify that food served or product used are safe to consume. Principle first. Conduct a hazard analysis. Identify the potential hazards associated with food production at all stages, from primary production, processing, manufacture, and distribution until the point of consumption.
Determine critical control points. By determining the points, procedures, or operational steps, we can control the hazard or minimize its likelihood of occurrence. Establish critical limits for each critical control points. This to ensure that CCP is under control and has a standard which is observable and measurable from the critical limit. Food premises have specified exactly should be done to meet each particular standard. Establish a monitoring system for each critical control points. It is a system which uses testing or observation to monitor the control CCP on the product. This enables us to determine whether it is maintained properly and has met all the criteria and standards too.
Then establish corrective action. The corrective action to be taken when monitoring indicates that a particular critical control point is not under control. Action consists of specific outline steps that dictate what is to be done to correct the cause of violation and what is to be done with the product that was produced while the critical limits was violated. After that, establish verification procedure. Establish procedure for verification to confirm that the Haccp system is working effectively. Procedures are outlined that will help to determine whether control of critical control point is being maintained. Lastly, establish record keeping and documentation procedure. Establish documentation concerning all procedure and records appropriate to this principle and their application. This can be a simple and quick system such as printed temperature form in which employees can record their compliance with the standard at critical control points. It is as a proof to any foodborne cases. The record must be kept of all procedure including hazard analysis, justification for decision, identification of critical control points within the flow diagram, monitoring records, corrective action records, verification records, and other documentation. Moving on, here is the application of Haccp, which consists of the following tasks. Firstly, assemble Haccp team. The food operation should ensure that the appropriate product-specific knowledge and expertise is available for the development of an effective Haccp plan. Hence, this may be accomplished by assembling a multidisciplinary team. Where such expertise is not available on site, expert advice should be obtained from other resources. Second, describe product. A full description of the product should be drawn up, including relevant safety information such as composition, physical or chemical structure, packaging, durability and storage condition, and also the method of distribution. Third, identify intended use. The intended use should be based on the expected use of the product by the consumer. In specific cases, vulnerable groups of the population, such as institutional feeding, may have to be considered. Then, construct flow diagram. The flow diagram should be constructed by the Haccp team. The following diagram should cover all steps in the operation. When applying Haccp to a given operation, consideration should be given to steps preceding and following the specified operation. Then, on-site confirmation of flow diagram. The Haccp team should confirm the processing operation against the flow diagram during all stages and hours of operation and amend the flow diagram where appropriate. The following steps after this are the steps from the Haccp principles that have been introduced before. 6. List all the potential hazards associated with each step. Conduct a hazard analysis and consider any measure to control identified hazard. 7. Determine critical control points and then establish critical limits for each critical control points. After that, establish a monitoring system for each critical control points. Then, establish corrective action, establish verification procedure, and lastly, establish documentation and record keeping. In conclusion, Haccp is an important food quality control plan that ensures the safety of the food product that we consume. This food quality control procedure is mostly performed in the food producing company and food premise and is one of the most known food quality controls in the most food products in Malaysia.
That's all from us and thank you for watching.